Yo, this is Frank Lucas, man. I'm sitting here somewhere on the Lower East Side. You know what I'm saying? This is for dropmagazine.com. You know what I'm saying? Get the drop on what's next in hip hop here, man.
Check one, check two. Said you know what to do. Primo, co-crush when I give it to you. Friend of foe, yo, state your biz.
How did the film? How did it differ from reality?
Well, it different from reality in a lot of different ways. Definitely a gentleman, definitely low-key guy. And let me just make it clear, I'm not here to glorify any of the drug dealing aspect. I respect my father as a businessman. To have the ability to come from a very racist South at the time, with a third-grade education, come off the chain gang at the age of 12, and eventually find a way to outfox and to try to counter and equal the Cosa Nostra. I mean, to even attempt that and be alive right now is an achievement in life, but I'm not here to brag about any of that. I think that the film is about 75 to 80% correct on his behalf. And, you know, as far as the whole Richard Roberts thing, you know, Richard Roberts never bust Frank Lucas. He never busted him. All he did was supersede the indictment. It's a fact. You can go check this information for yourself. Go check it for yourself.
Was there stuff that you wish they had done more of in the film concerning your father, or done less of in the film?
Yeah, some of the stuff that I wish they would have done less of, and of course this had to be in there. So I'm just saying this from a standpoint of I didn't want to see it. The actual use of the hypodermic needle in the arm, I was like, oh man, I can't see this. I mean, I was a kid. Right now, as a grown man, I don't want no needle in my arm. Hell no. You know what I mean? Whew, that was crazy. I wish I didn't see that much. I wish they would have done more of Frank Lucas' relationship with other people. His relationship with, gentlemen of nobility like Pee Wee Kirkland. You know what I'm saying? Gentlemen like Frank Matthews, and get the guy. I wish they would have named the guy the right name in the film. They called him Mr. Williams, who was there with Frank after Bumpy died. That wasn't really his name. His name was Zach Robinson. They should have gave him his proper just due. That was wrong. I felt that was wrong right there. You know what I mean?
I'm sure you've heard a lot about Bumpy's wife, Mame Johnson, in her new book.
Right.
Had a quote about your father kind of downplaying his effect in the drug trade, saying, you know, Frank was nothing but a flunky and one that Bumpy didn't really trust. What do you think about this, and what does your father think about this?
And he don't get excited about that because he know what he did. He know where he was at. He got nothing to prove, man. You understand something? Right now, everybody in mom, you know what I mean? You're gonna have Bumpy great grandkids writing books, and some of them, some of Bumpy's family, I have met. You know what I mean? Bumpy Johnson is responsible for Frank Lucas. At the age of 15, he found my father. My father was up here robbing crap table games and all of that stuff. If it wasn't for Bumpy Johnson, my father wouldn't be here right now, in my opinion. You know what I mean? He took him off the street and he saved him, basically. You know what I mean? And then after Bumpy died, my father had to prove himself, which he did. You know what I mean? In terms of the street, obviously. That's what the movie is about. That's why we sit there. You know what I mean?
So then, yeah, sure.
So then, in that, let me just say this. If Frank Lucas, right, was a flea, he wasn't worth that much in terms of Bumpy's eyes and vision, he didn't trust him and all of that, and he wasn't with Bumpy that way, then why are the men who were supposed to be Bumpy's real right-hand man, why didn't they break the Cosa Nostra? Why they didn't come up? And when Frank did break it, and he came up with the Gaddafi connection, why did they not count him? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not gonna go back and forth with somebody saying that Bumpy's wife said this. I'm not gonna go back and forth with that. Because the bottom line is this: if there was somebody, and she named names in her book, obviously, if she really wrote the book. I'm not saying she did it, she didn't. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because like I said, everybody's trying to capitalize. Right. You know, I don't know if no disrespect. I just don't know if a 93-year-old woman can remember that much.
93.
I think she's 93, from what I understand, right? You know what I mean? And I got all respect for her. That's really Bumpy's wife. I got all respect for her because, like I said, without Bumpy, my father would have been nothing.
What are you trying to show to the hip-hop community of America and the world through you being a figure of hip-hop? What's your kind of goal through being a rapper?
My goal in being an artist is simply to display all of my gifts and to show and prove to everybody that I'm as nice as I think I am. I really want to take care of my people. I see a lot of my people struggling because they have impoverished conditions, and I want to utilize this as a platform to get some of that rap money, man. I mean, let's be real about it. You know what I mean? You know, and I want to do it my way. Let the record show that I took my blows, but I did it my way. By God, it worked. That's what I want to show and prove. You know what I mean? You know, that's what I want to show and prove. I'm not here to glorify gangsterism. I'm here to say let's redefine gangsterism. You know what I'm saying? For what it really is. Because gangsters, the last thing a real gangster want to do is see blood. Because when he see blood, his money slows down. So that's the last thing a gangster want to do is see blood. He don't want to kill nobody. He don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? He just can't party. You know what I mean?
So staying on that topic, actually, your MySpace page, at the top, it says, respect the Lucas legacy.
Right.
Now, some people could, you know, construe that and say, from looking at it, and say, well, you know, he's doing that, he's playing into the fact that his father was a legendary gangster figure in Harlem. Now, for you, what does the Lucas legacy mean? How do you want to clarify that?
Well, that's very simple. The Lucas legacy has nothing to do with the drug dealing of my father. The Lucas legacy has everything to do with the bravery and the witsmanship of my father and his ability to outthink those who were supposed to be his superiors. Right? I mean, we know he did it to Italian Mafia, but obviously he did it to Bumpy's higher guys in his own. I didn't know that. So now that I know my father was just a flea in Bumpy's organization, I just figured out that he outsmarted the guys that was higher than him. Wow. So, man, respect his brain. A third grade education, he did all this stuff. Man, this is a serious dude. I'm ready to go rub my father's shoulder. I think he hot right now. And I ain't mean mad. I mean, he hot right now. He #1. He moving on up like George Jefferson.
The movie American Gangster has a undeniable hip-hop influence in the movie itself. You have Common, T.I. play roles. You know, the Jay-Z album, obviously, that's come out. And you know, Fab Five Freddy, little cameo that I noticed in there, which hasn't been mentioned much. You think movies like American Gangster are the reason why, with this undeniable hip-hop influence, why people associate violence with hip-hop?
Nah, I mean, you might say that, and I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that, but I think if you look at the movie American Gangster, you probably see less. Matter of fact, I guarantee you see less shooting the movie American Gangster than you do with Scarface or Terminator. You know what I mean? Let's not blame the poor black guy. I mean, you know, it ain't like Frank Lucas made the movie. The movie's about Frank Lucas. You know what I mean? I guess it's. Oh, I think the movie's really about Richie Robbins. I think his character got more airtime. You know what I mean? But the point is, the movie's supposed to be about Frank Lucas, but the reality of it is, at the end of the day, you don't see that much shooting in American Gangster. You don't see that much. You really don't see that much violence in American Gangster. You see much more violence in Terminator. You know what I mean? I'm sure you'll see much more violence in I Am Legend because of the kind of film it is. And I'm not knocking none of the actors, none of the producers. The point that I'm making.
That's the Will Smith film.
Yes. Right. You know what I'm saying? You see violence when you look at hip hop shows. I guess you see violence when you hear rap songs, when you hear rock songs, when you hear rap songs. In every genre of life, there's violence. You know what I mean? What about the ECW and over the wrestling organizations? What about that? What do you call that? So there's violence throughout society, period. And American Gangster is nothing but a small piece of the violence. And my father's life was very violent. At 6 years old, he seen his cousin Obadiah's head blown off because he was reckless eyeballing a white woman in rural North Carolina. You know what I mean? He was on a chain gang, which is a very racist jail organization at the age of 12 years old. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if my father was a violent man, where did it start? I mean, I'm just asking a question. Where did it start?